we are going to concentrate on the Indian tradition of philosophy. But since we are using the term philosophy, and whatever we are talking about the Indian philosophy, there we are using to begin with the term philosophy. Here itself I said Indian philosophy. What is Indian about philosophy? Is it the same understanding? Is it the same concept? Is it the same idea of Western philosophy in Indian philosophy? It is not the same. Is it totally different? It is not even totally different. You see, Indian and or Eastern and Western, these are the independent cultures. Linguistically speaking, they are independent cultures and there are great differences, but they are parallel. And in their parallelism, we see some similarities and we see some differences. So, to begin with the understanding of the concept or idea of philosophy, let us come to try to understand Indian philosophy. This is what I venture to do with you people. Hereafter, I will be using the term philosophy again. But what do I mean in the Indian context by philosophy, that I am going to present before you to begin with. For philosophy, usually in Indian context, two terms are used. A classical term is Darshan. So, system of philosophy is called as Darshana Shastra. And a later stage of this classical stage where the term Darshana is used, in that stage the word Tattvajnana is used. It is not that earlier the word Tattvajnana was not there and later the word Darshan was not there. It is not the case. But what is the difference between them, that we are going to find out in our discussions, in our interactions. So, when we come to understand philosophy as Tattvajnana, Jnana is knowledge. And what is Tattva? Now, Tattva has got different aspects. And those aspects, they come together, and that is how the concept of Tattva becomes a complete concept. The first component or the first aspect is Tattva is making reference to essence. Essence of everything, that is Tattva. Tat is the word and Tva is the added to that. So, Tva means being of. So, being of Tat is Tattva. If that is Tattva, then wherever you go, you will have to find out its essence. What kind of essence? The essence which gives identity to that object we are talking about, and the essence which makes existence of that Tat possible. Now that Tat is not only physical level, it is on idea level also. It is on action level also. So Tattvajnana is wherever is your scope of knowledge, scope of experience, there you have some or other object and you have to go find out the essence of that object and getting the jnana of it. And what is jnana? Is it just a cognition? No. It is not just a cognition, it is much more than that. But you see, in tradition, the popular word is jnana, but different systems, they are using different words because there are different levels of this cognitive state called jnana. The important is prajna or prajnana. And the word prajna is very, very important because it is being used, it is being understood, it is being operated with almost all the systems of Indian philosophy. So they are saying about prajna. When they are saying about jnana, what they mean is they are talking about prajna. When they are talking about prajna, They are presuming that a smaller version of Prajna is Jnana. That is how it goes on. Now what is this Prajna? Prajna is a total comprehension of the object from its essence to its wider expression. So both the things are taken together at a glance, at a time, in one vision. So that gives us understanding of Tattva as essence. And therefore, you can now recollect, remember, recall the word Tattva in Upanishadic philosophy. In Upanishadic philosophy, the term Tat is used for the ultimate reality. It is indicative, it is not descriptive. Please understand. Some terms are indicative, some terms are suggestive, some terms are descriptive. Now, Tat is giving a direction, giving a suggestion. It is showing a way, showing at some object which is beyond physical capacity. So, you have to reach that. And that is how the important Vedavakya comes, Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. What is that? That is the ultimate reality. Or what is that? The essence of being existent. So Tat Tvam, you, Asi, are. You are that. So that is how the word Tat and Tattva is being used in Upanishadic philosophy, and following Upanishadic philosophy, all other philosophies, all other schools of philosophies which may be of Vedic origin or which may not be of the Vedic origin. So this is very interesting, and that is how, even if you are talking about Jainism or Buddhism, they are not of Vedic origin. They are not from Upanishadic thought. But even then we say the Jaina philosophy, we say the Buddhist philosophy, so on and so forth. So that Tattva is there. Tattva, therefore, in the sense of essence, it is pure existence. I mean, it is pure existence, pure in the sense that it cannot be qualified. Once you qualify something for the sake of identification, then what you get is something not pure. Now, something which is not pure is not impure. So, Tattva is making reference to the pure existence, as I told you, that it is the essence which gives the identity and which makes the possibility of its being there, of existence. And Tattva also refers to the ultimate reality. We can say the cosmic reality. Here, our understanding of cosmos is that existence which is timeless, spaceless, unending. So, Anantatva, this particular term Anantatva of Advaita Vedanta is very, very significant here. So, they are talking about the reality, they are talking about the Brahman. And how is this Brahman? Brahman is Ananta. That is, we cannot locate its end point. And the modern scientists are also saying that it is ever expanding universe, and day by day they are revealing more and more galaxies. That is the existence. And where do we end? We are not able to end anywhere. So that is the ultimate reality. Tattva is making reference to the ultimate reality. Now, when Tattvajnana, that is the philosophy, is being studied in this way, it is a study by human beings. And human being, that is a human person, is a limited structure. And in the limited structure, what can one get is something which is limited. For example, I am sitting against a window and I am getting the natural light through the window. There are also some electric bulbs which are arranged in this room, and from that also I am getting light. And since I am getting light on me, you people are able to see me. Now what kind of light I get from the window? The windows are square. So the light coming through the window comes from the square. That is how I get it. And if I open the window, square will be, and if I cross the window, then there will be no limitation, as window is the limitation. So that is also there. So whatever is being done, it is being done in a limited frame or limited format. And that limited frame or limited format is always a subject matter for our study, for our understanding, and for our action performances. And when we talk about Tattvajnana, again it has got particular area, obviously a specified area. And in that specified area is cosmos for us. That specified area is reality for us. That specified area is ultimate reality for us. That is how we go. But whatever we receive through our limited capacities, through our limited sense organs. And so, in any study has got this dimension of Tattvajnana. And in any study, when we do Tattvajnana, we understand Tattva in this way, although the one meaning is ultimate reality, which is timeless, which is boundless, which is beyond space, etc. But for our study, we can presume that it is there, but that presumption is on the background. What is being focused? That focused is rejecting or denying the other part which is not coming under the focus. So human activity is the focused activity. Coming back to your question, consciousness. What is the consciousness? The reality is consciousness. That is what some systems of philosophy, Eastern as well as Western, they say. Whatever it may be. But all these things are possible because of the consciousness of the living beings. And amongst living beings, I have sorted out yesterday that we shall be considering only the human living beings, not non-human beings. So the consciousness which is limited by the human beings, that is human personality. Now what are the limits of that? Is my body limit of my being? No. Because I am having different kinds of relations with the external world. And that is how I am not just an individual, I also am a social being. And what is the society? To begin with, the society is family. Then the society is, that is how it grows on. Then it goes up to what? For today, we say that society goes up to nations. But the philosophical approach says, no, 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 no. That is again undesirable limitation. It says world, and that is how the doctrine of one world emerges. That had emerged long, long ago in Indian tradition. It has been there, but that is there. So, what kind of idea, what kind of consciousness is there? The external consciousness, that is limitless. And I am having a part of it, and that part is having interaction with the external consciousness. So the part which I have is called as self-consciousness, and that self-consciousness is interacting with the consciousness. And this is through this interaction several things emerge, and several things mainly of knowledge, cognition, and that is how philosophy is called as Tattvajnana. When I say jnana, then idea of comprehension is included into that. Is it only comprehension? It is not merely comprehension, it is also understanding. Now I am pointing out to you some of the concepts of the concept of jnana, that is knowledge, in the Indian tradition. It is comprehension, it is understanding, it is also realization. When I realize something, now this realization has got different levels, basically two levels. And then there is also another aspect of jnana, that is Prama, the result of my cognitive activity. But what kind of result? The most articulated result, that is Prama. That is how I get another aspect of jnana. And then there is Prajna. Prajna is again gives the comprehensiveness, and not merely the comprehensiveness, but the comprehensiveness in and out. That is what I can say. And then we come to the state of jnana. After coming through these aspects, again I am coming to jnana. So I am not repeating the first idea of jnana. I am putting before you the elaborate, the expanded idea of jnana, which has got different forms or different levels for its approach. What are they? One is Saujnana, another is Vijnana, third is Brahmadhyana. There are few more, but at least I shall take these three as the basic, because with these basics our entire life is articulated. Now this Saujnana, what is this Saujnana? Saujnana is knowledge of the object which is considered collectively in a wider context. Some people translate Saujnana as full knowledge. Some people translate Saujnana as awareness. So there are different references in which it is being defined, it is being understood different way. Then Vijnana. What is Vijnana? Vijnana is that cognitive state or that knowledge, that understanding which is revealing the specific nature, the specific quality or specific qualities of the object. That is Vijnana. And there is Brahmadhyana. You see, I have got confusions, I have got illusions, I have got hallucinations, etc., etc., etc. All these are cognitive states. And all these cognitive states, they are also forms of jnana. So I club them under the category of brahmadhyana. And basically jnana means yathartha jnana. What is yathartha? Artha means the object. And I have got true knowledge on the basic level, just on the basic level. It has to be yathartha, that is, it must match with my cognitive state, must be as if the object is. Following the object. Yatha is just like the object, copy. Yatha is following it. Yatha is like that. So you see, every term has got different meanings. And in philosophical discussions, different meanings are operative simultaneously. and that is how we can get a wider scope of our understanding, wider scope of our life, wider scope of the interaction between man and nature, that is between man and the world, the reality. Okay, this is about jnana. Does jnana have any source? Yes, jnana has got its source of origination. So what is the basic form out of which jnana originates, and that basic form is Anubhava. That basic form is Anubhava. In English it will be called as experience. Okay, I tell you the English terms, but I don't discuss the English terms. I tell you the English terms because I am just showing you the direction in which I am going. Now this Anubhava, what is Anubhava? Anu is again a combination of two components, Anu and Bhava. Bhava means that which is, or that which exists, that which has come into existence. Anu means either that which is before it or that which follows it. Now Anubhava means, what is before Anubhava? A pure empirical state or pure cognitive state. And that pure cognitive state gets formalized, gets articulated in a particular solid form, a substantial form, and that is knowledge, that is jnana. So it comes out of that particular state. And what is the state of Anubhava? The original state of consciousness is the state of Anubhava. Sat, Chit, Ananda. These are the three qualities. Usually they are spoken when somebody is speaking on Vedanta. Now what is this Chit? The Chit is consciousness. And what does it give? It gives Anubhava, it gives experience. And you see that experience very abstract. It is on abstract level because it is on the basic level. And when that abstract level gets articulated, then we get jnana, that is knowledge. This Anubhava, what is the source, what is the gate through which we get this Anubhava? Our sense organs, that is Indriyas. Anubhava is something which is Indriya, coming from Indriyas. And these Indriyas, the Indian tradition classifies into two types of Indriyas, Bahyendriyas and Antarendriyas. And how many cognitive Indriyas are there? How many Indriyas are there? Usually, those who are not on the critical level of thinking, they immediately say there are 10. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas. And where they give a wrong statement. Indriyas are 11. And mind is that 11. Why? Mind is giving the performance or giving the functions of Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. It has got the quality of both, and it has got many other roles to play in the human thinking and human life. But that, and where is that mind? I mean, Chakshu, that is eyes, that is my Indriya. Can I show? Oh yes, this is my eye, this is my nose, this is my ear. I can show because they are external. Can I show my mind to you? The way in which I can show my eyes and nose and my ears, can I show my mind to you? No. But I can make you realize that I have mind. How? Through some expressions. I shall give some expressions, and then you will experience that. That is also there. So that is also one of the indriyas, which is both jnanendriya as well as bahirendriya, antarendriya and bahirendriya. It is like that. So the anubhava we get from bahyendriyas, that is experience we get from bahyendriyas, experience we get from antarendriya. So if we get experience from antarendriya, then what are the objects of the experience? Is the external world object? Some people will say yes, and some people will say no. Again, the established and practicing Vedantic philosophy says that antarendriya gives you the experience of your inner world. And what is that inner world? Self, Swa, Atma. So, in order to, Atma is not external to me. So, if it is not external to me, how can my external sense organs enable me to get experience, get knowledge of it? So, there must be something, Atma belongs to me, but it is inside. So, it is antar. So, manas is that indriya, that organ, sense organ, which can give the understanding, which can give the experience of Atman, which is inside, which is antar. And not only it will give only, but some commands, some orders, some direction, they come from pure consciousness. They come from Atman. And they are directing the actions to be performed. So for karmendriyas also, there has to be connection between Atma and karmendriya. So it is manas, that is the connecting point, that is the connecting agent. So that is how we get experience of the world. And when I say of the world, I do not mean restricted to the external world. Because I am, or a man, a person is part of the world. So the world means including myself, including the agent who is understanding through knowledge, through action, through imagination, whatever it may be the case. And so this is how the object is there, and following that object, according to that object, there is cognitive state, and that is yathartha. So it is called as yathartha jnana. Now what kind of shirt you are wearing? Oh, it is yellow. You will say, no, 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 it is not yellow. But I see that it is yellow. There may be several reasons, but I say that it is yellow. I see that you are wearing a shirt. I see that you are wearing that shirt in a particular way. But the color, I say that it is yellow. So my knowledge is there, but what kind of knowledge is there? You will say, no sir, it may be illusion for you to say that it is yellow. So there is an object, but the object I am describing is not as the object is. So it is not yatha artha. So this is how we get ayathartha jnana. So there is yathartha jnana as well as there is ayathartha jnana. So the anubhava to begin with is indriya anubhava, where bahyendriyas and antarendriyas are included. Then we also get anubhava, which is which we get through our buddhi. Buddhi is also called sometimes jnanendriya. In antarendriya, some systems will include not only mind, but they will also include buddhi, manas and buddhi. That is also antarendriya. Okay. leaving that level of metaphysics, you come to another level of metaphysics, that is from transcendent to come a little earlier, a lower step, that is of mundane. And in mundane world also there is knowledge. There is an experience, and that experience is articulated into knowledge. So for that, what we need one faculty or one indriya. Either you can call it indriya or you can call it faculty. That is buddhi. So buddhi also gives us experience. What does it give? Buddhi, that is, using the parallel tradition language, reason. So it enables reasoning, it gives reason and it enables reasoning. What form of reasoning? Obviously the anumana, that is the inference form. Something is given, from that something we derivate something, that is we reason it. And we come to the conclusion, and whatever conclusion we say, if it is derived properly, if it is derived correctly, then we say it is valid. Otherwise we say it is invalid. So what is that which enables us to give this valid knowledge? Then reason, the process of reason and the faculty of reason together. Anumana and other things also. Upamana will also come into that, but those details we need not go just now. Then there is also Manasa Anubhava. Manasa, again, in English, mental. There are mental states. I am feeling very uneasy. Will you just get me a cup of tea? She will immediately get up and she will bring tea for me. Really, did I need tea? Really, I did not need tea. But I got an idea, Kalpana. Where is the origin of that Kalpana? I got that Kalpana, I got that idea, I experienced that idea, and on that experience of my idea, I acted. I performed an act. So, this that now I want a cup of tea is my manas experience. I am really very angry with you. The way in which you talk to me, it is not acceptable to me. What is this? Is this not my mental reaction? It is not, you are getting experience. When I say you are getting experience, what kind of experience do you get? It is mental experience. So there is also manas level of anubhava, and also mainly some kind of kalpana, some kind of abstract idea. They are the objects for that. And there is also something which is known as Aparoksh. Jnana is Paroksha and Aparoksh. Again, immediately going back to Vedanta, Upanishadic philosophy. What is Paroksha and what is Aparoksha? That you have to understand. Paroksha means indirect and Aparoksha means direct. Now, what we see through our eyes, is it Paroksha or Aparoksha? It is Paroksha. It is not direct. It is through something, through Indriyas. And who gets the knowledge? It is the Atma who gets the knowledge. So for Atma there is Karana, there is the means, that is there is Indriya which gives him the knowledge, and that is how Atma gets the that particular form of consciousness. That particular state is indirect, because does Atma get directly? Is I want water, please get me that water. I request you to get me water. You go and bring and water and give me. But when I feel like getting water, I'm sitting here, I just get up from the chair, I go take water and drink myself. So I have done it on my own, and I have done it with the help of other. So when I do anything, when I achieve something, when I get something from the other than myself, that is Paroksha. And when I get something, when I get the experience, when I get Anubhava, when I get knowledge, jnana, without any means, that is Aparoksha. And what is that Aparoksha jnana? What is jnana? Jnana is a particular state of the consciousness, self-consciousness. And what is the object for the self-consciousness? Pure consciousness is the object for self-consciousness. So, is any means required to get pure consciousness into self-consciousness? No means is required. That particular state gives you knowledge, and that knowledge is called as Aparoksh. So, Aparoksha Anubhuti, you are acquainted with, you have heard, there are some treatises also on Aparoksha Anubhuti. And on this pattern, another term has come, especially it is more used in Marathi language. It is a Sanskrit term. In Marathi language it is used. It is also used in Hindi language, but in Hindi language it is used with a some tilt to that. What is that term? Sakshaatkar. When you are going for interview, you need a job, so you have to go for interview, you have to face the interview. So you will get a letter for interview. So in Hindi they will say that साक्षात्कार पत्र मिला है मुझे. तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो? मैं साक्षात्कार के लिए जा रहा हूँ. That is the current Hindi version. But here साक्षात्कार. अब मेरा ऑलमोस्ट उसे साक्षात्कार होने वाला है, मैं अपनी पत्नी से कह रहा हूँ. What does it mean? ऑलमोस्ट उसे मेरी बात, that is my interaction, direct interaction on physical level is going to take place today, and now I am meeting you. So आपसे साक्षात्कार हुआ, मैं आपका बहुत आभारी हूँ. This is how I shall use it. This is also the meaning of the term Sakshaatkar. Sakshat means just in front of you immediately, without any medium. And then there is third meaning, which is the proper meaning, which is used in philosophy, Sakshaatkar. What are you doing? I am doing meditation. What are you doing? I am doing some bhajan, etc. What are you doing? I am doing reading the books like Vedas and Upanishads and Bhashyas, etc. Why? Because my aim is to get Sakshaatkar. And when I use the term, a human being uses the term Sakshaatkara through a human body, the object of his Sakshaatkara will be having some humanized form, must be personified form. And when that personification takes place, a personified form is thought about, then it is used with the word Ishwar or God. What is Ishwara? Ishwara is nothing else but a personified form of the pure cosmic consciousness. That's all. Now, who am I? I am a part of it. Now, how I shall have contact with him? I shall have contact with him not through any means, not through any Indriya, not through any Karana. It will be direct. So that direct understanding, the word understanding is not good. Then what is it? Direct reflection. That is Sakshaatkar. And in the world of philosophy, Sakshaatkar is always connected with getting the glimpse of the ultimate reality. You call that ultimate reality as Ishwara or something else, but it is there. Now that Sakshaatkar is again an experience, it is on experiential level, and it suggests a form of knowledge. So I call that it is a transcendent form of knowledge. So knowledge also will have mundane and transcendent, this level differentiation of the cognitive states. So that is how we come to this Aparoksha Anubhava. And this Aparoksha Anubhava also we get, and this is all the discussion of Tattvajnana. I said for Tattvajnana there is another word also used in Indian tradition, and that is Darshan. If you just try to find out a collection of various systems of philosophy in Sanskrit, original Sanskrit, then what title it will have? Darshana Sangraha. There is Madhavacharya's Sarva Darshana Sangraha. There they are using the term Darshana. Then what is Darshana for them? Darshana is philosophy. And in particular, that philosophy is a particular system. So there will be Vedanta Darshan, there will be Nyaya Darshan, there will be Sankhya Darshan, so on and so forth. But all these, they are the systems of philosophy. They are using the term Darshana. Then what is that Darshana? Darshana is nothing else but philosophy. As we noted, as we discuss Tattvajnana, now this is another word for this Tattvajnana, and then what does this Darshana give? Darshana etymologically, what does it mean? That which is seen, isn't it? Now here in this context, this Darshana is not physical seeing, it is not a physical perception. Then this Darshana has got several aspects, several dimensions. And some of them I am going to just put before you to understand what philosophy is in the Indian tradition. To begin with, Darshana is a vision. When you have a vision about the subject matter under consideration, for them what is the subject matter under their consideration? Human life, man, and the world or the universe or the reality. So, in your vision, you should consider all these together. With together means with their proper relations, intellectual relations or logical relations or rational relations. Religions established by reason. That makes you to give a vision. Vision, therefore, is a kind of experience or kind of confirmed experience which is exhausting the entire space and time of the subject matter under consideration. This is one level understanding, one aspect of understanding of the term darshan. What is the another level understanding of the term, of the concept of darshana? Then it is darshana where the space-time format is transcended, is going beyond. So it is neither spatial, nor temporal, nor material. It is beyond that. So that kind of understanding, that kind of vision, so here comes the word vision, that gives in Tattvabodh, that gives in knowing the reality as it is. So that is the meaning of Darshana. Darshana also has another aspect, insight. Unless and until you get an insight into the object, object may be a situation, object need not be just one small piece of stone or this chair. It could be a situation also. It could be a complex organization also. It should be a complex of relations, so on and so forth. So there also what we have is insight. And what does the insight do? The insight enables us to enter into the core, to go to the center from periphery. So again, Tattva, for Tattva I showed you the different aspects, the different dimensions. Here also in Darshan, they are included and they are put in this way. Darshan also gives the sense of comprehension of totality. The comprehension is there, but comprehension of what? Comprehension of totality of that which is under consideration, that which is under studies, that which is under purview of my intellectual concern. That is also a sense of the darshan. Then darshan is also way to think, and it is also way to live. When I say it is a way to think, I mean approach, and also approach to know and approach to action. Both these things are there. So that is given to us in way to think and a way to live. That is the entire force of life, entire continuum of life. So in order to know that, what is given is darshana, that is philosophy. Darshana also means system of philosophies or system of concepts. Just now I made reference to Shad Darshanas or Sarva Darshan Sangraha. What are they? They have systematized particular sets of concepts, doctrines, theories together and form a structure which is the complete for them. So that is a particular darshana. Here the principles etc. are systematized and a system has to be complete. So it is completion of the principles etc. etc. Principles, concept, doctrines, theories, all these things. What is a system? System is organizing the contents. Is it just organizing the contents? No. It is also arranging the contents in a particular order. That arrangement is very, very important, and when we think about that arrangement, we have to have logic in our mind. If arrangement is logical, then it is valid and true. If it is not logical, it is not valid. So that arrangement again is the form of system. System is also theorization. Whatever data you have got on intellectual level or whatever you have got on empirical level, and then from intellectual level you sophisticate it, you articulate it and then you make a theory. So that theorization is again a part of system. and system also enables us to get, develop and act upon doctrines. So system has got all these aspects, and all these aspects of darshan, all these aspects of system, they are connected to what? They are connected to aims and goals of life. So whatever system of philosophy you get, it will have aim and goals of life, and aims include the final aim also. That is, here I have not taken the word end also with aims, because it is inclusive, that would be durity. In order to avoid that, but we have to understand the concept of aim completely, that is from beginning to its end, from origin to its culmination. So that is the aim, and there is always something goal, and that of life, and that is how our formation of Indian philosophy is always put, presented and explained in the model of, or in the structure of, Purusharthas. They either suggest us aim of life, or they give us the goals of life. The aim and goal, they are not exactly equal, but they are not totally different also from each other. So that frame of Purushartha is a presupposition, and on that presupposition all these systematizations, all these arrangements, all these organizations of knowledge and understanding are being made, are being arranged. Now coming to the Indian tradition, I think with this my preliminary introduction gets over. Now I come to the another part, that is introducing Indian tradition. Very briefly, I shall give you the historical aspect of Indian tradition.